the Substack landscape just shifted. And it all starts with a flower. Wait, what flower, you ask? Well, I mean that new little gray flower you can see here. Since I'm a bestseller, this is a bit different. But you can see this little gray flower when you, for instance, hover here over my bestseller batch. And this is how these new flowers look like. And in this video tutorial, we're going to go a bit deeper into this, what these new changes mean for you as a Substack reader and or writer. So you now see these little gray blooms whenever you see someone on Substack. You would just click on the name and then you would see these flowers there. And months ago, an industry insider already told me a ranking system is coming, and at some point we'll pay for visibility on the platform as well. So we started with the bestseller rankings for writers. Then we had the rising bestseller rankings, and now for readers and writers, of course, because most of the writers are also readers, we have these flower icons. But just like real flowers, I think these badges don't grow in a vacuum. They need soil, meaning the platform that is Substack. They need water, your writing, and they need light, which means then paid subscriptions. So no light, no bloom, and that's the idea. Financial support is now a visible signal. Substack is literally turning your paid subscription into a bloom next to your name. I tested it myself before recording this, and here is what I saw. So for instance, there are people who ask me for a scholarship for my latest bootcamp, and they have, for instance, 10 paid subscriptions. They told me they couldn't afford mine, but they now have this flower and they have petals. So apparently they can, for instance, pay for newsletters, which then for me means maybe that giving them not a scholarship was like a good idea. But I also did it because I had 2 more people joining me. And in this case, we all in a team, we decided to not give scholarships in this case. Then we have, for instance, people with like 0 subs except mine. I think those folks really deserve an extra warm welcome from me, because these might be newish writers who are just joining Substack. Maybe they have watched one of my YouTube videos and now they found me here on Substack and they would love to get my support. So what I'm doing now, if I'm seeing this, then I'm trying to give them like an extra warm welcome because they are super, super newish. And there are also some cool combos I found. So for instance, the people I collaborate with, for instance, this one here from Cassandra, really good business ideas. Here, I think this is a nice combo, seeing then me together with Cassandra. We are recommending each other. So you can see collabs really work. And then readers are also already like wearing their flowers proudly. One example is I found Terry. Terry is doing this pretty proudly, while others really want to hide them completely. They want to protect their privacy, which I also can totally understand. Before, support was invisible. Now it is blooming in public, as you can see here in Terry's example. And you would ask, how do the badges work? And for this, let me give you like a little breakdown. So for writers, we have still the bestseller badges, which now show like much bigger there, okay? So you hover over this flower icon or this bestseller icon, and then you're gonna see this one. So bestseller badges show how many paid subscribers you have. So for instance, the white badge, which I have, means I have 100 paid subscribers. If you have 1,000 paid subscribers, you're gonna get the orange badge. If you have 10,000 subscribers, then you get the purple badge. Plus, you will now also see a flower badge showing your total subs. So for instance, this is me, Christina God, and then I have an example from Valentine, one of our community members. You would see Valentine, but I also have it open here. You would hover over this, you would see, oh, Valentin Bune is apparently like a bestseller, top 35 in health and wellness, and he is apparently also paying for 5 paid subscriptions. So what you have to do is you tap it, and you then see who those subs are and how long they have been subscribed. So in this case, we're going to do this for Valentin, and then you would see who he is subscribed to. So for instance, he's also, you can see Valentin Bune subscribes. He's, for instance, also a paid subscriber to my Substack. So often people then decide, okay, I'm going to go public with these 3 publications, but I want to keep it like private thing that I'm also subscribed to this and that publication, maybe a publication that helps me grow or that helps me in any other way, or maybe it's like erotica or something like this. And for readers and subscribers, this flower appears if you're paying for any Substack newsletter. The more you support, the more petals you have. You can see this here. So 1 subscription means you have 4 petals. 5 subscriptions, 5 subscriptions mean you have 5 petals, and 10 subscriptions mean you have 7 petals. Okay, and in addition, you also see then the bestseller badges. Gifted or comped subscriptions don't count, and yes, you can hide your flowers if you want privacy. You can check out my story about this on my online writing club page, where I show you exactly and even more how to do this. I just want to summarize it for you. So on your iOS app, what you can do is you would click on your edit, you would click on your profile, you would edit it, then you would click on subscriptions, and then you would toggle left to hide specific subs. With your web, I can show you how to do this. So you would click on your profile page, meaning like the avatar here. You can click on it, you can click on edit profile, and then you would scroll down, and then you would come to your publications, and then you would see the reads. So for instance, here with the 10 paid subscriptions, you would see the 10 paid subscriptions, and you can then decide whether you would want to make all public so that everyone can see them, or you would want to say, hey, I want to not show them publicly. So for instance, in this case, I said now I would like to hide all. I could also make all public, or I could say I would love to, for instance, support or show this as a badge, as a petal, that I'm then subscribed to this specific person on Substack. So you can, you can do this if you want to. I know many of you want to do this right now, so it's super easy. Again, you would click on your avatar, you would click on edit profile, as I showed you, and then you could just scroll down to your reads, and then you can control which of your subscriptions appear on your profile. If you have no paid subscriptions, then your profile simply says no paid subscriptions. Yet, I think the yet is very important because it really means that this can be like a very newish person that just joined Substack, and this person is now just like browsing a bit, and you have to trust people first. You have to meet maybe someone, let's say, for 8 times or 10 times before you actually say, okay, I'm gonna pay for this person. So please, if you're watching this, keep this in mind, because somehow this like new gamification can also lead to like a system where you're gonna say, okay, I'm now favoring this person over this person because I think this person is already like someone who's a paid subscriber to many, and this person could also become a paid subscriber to mine, or this person is already a paid subscriber of my publication. So please be a bit careful with this. In addition, also, for instance, on my profile, it only shows that I'm a paid subscriber to 2 publications, which is not the case. And I'm also thinking about like a strategy, how I'm gonna do this. Maybe I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna show these and that people I would like to support, so that me becoming a paid subscriber is more like a support for my existing founding members, which I often do, that I'm supporting my founding members. But this is not only via paid subscriptions. You have to keep in mind, this is then sometimes also with the latest bootcamp that I'm supporting them by asking them to become a co-host or so. So it really depends what support means. Or support can also mean that you, for instance, have a new book coming. So for instance, I got this one today here, and then I would just start promoting this book, sharing this book when I read this, because this is also from one of the members of the Online Writing Club. So why do you think, or why do I think Substack is doing this? Because I think before paying was invisible, it is now visible at the exact point where community happens. Oh, there's one more thing. You can also, for instance, if you're going to see this on the desktop version, you can click on the 3 dots, and then you can say edit subscription visibility. And this is also one way to edit the subscription visibility. I just wanted to show you this example here from Caroline. So Caroline, for instance, she's a paid subscriber apparently to Fleur Hall's publication, the Substack bookstore, which I'm also an editor for. And I can then, for instance, see, oh, cool, Caroline is a paid subscriber, which is cool. And so what I could do is then giving Caroline, for instance, priority support, VIP status, whatever. So Caroline is already like a paid subscriber. At the same time, I think it's just like candy. The question number 1 in the bestseller chat was always, hey, I would love to see who is subscribed and who's not subscribed. I didn't request this feature, but I know many of the bestsellers requested this, so I guess it's not, let's say, Substack's fault if you're now complaining about the flower. It's more from the community. It's community driven, and the bestsellers wanted this. And I so get it that if you are a bestseller, especially with, let's say, thousands of paid subscribers and lots of comments, you might then say, hey, I'm going to give like priority support to this specific person if there are, for instance, questions then in the comments. This is just one example, but I'm, of course, going to share more in an upcoming video. I think for now it's important that you're gonna see it's visible at the exact point where community happens, in the comments, in notes. You can also meet Caroline then in the notes. You can click on the flower icon and see, how many paid subscriptions he has, what the petals mean, and then maybe you get inspired by Caroline. You're gonna say, oh, Caroline is interested in indie publishing. I'm also interested in indie publishing. Caroline is also subscribed to this and that publication, so maybe this is a good thing to make this a combo and also subscribe to the other publication, for instance, to the Online Writing Club, and not only to the Substack bookstore. This is the idea of it. So flowers, in my case, are now really like somehow social proof, I think. And I think this was very like intentional that Substack decided to do this. I think it's about like trust. Flowers are how Substack is gamifying support now. You can see this on any platform with school, for instance, if it's about community. You can see this on Circle, this community platform, where it's also now gamifying engagement and all the things. So also moving forward, it could happen that, for instance, with Caroline would get another badge or something like this, gonna tell me, hey, Caroline is a paid subscriber, and in addition, she commented on the last 5 newsletters you pumped out. You can then decide, is it a good thing, is it a bad thing? That's really up to you. My idea is always that Substack tries to find like the pain points, especially then, of course, of the bestsellers. The bestsellers requested this, and now Substack is somehow helping the bestsellers. And in addition, it's of course boosting paid subscriptions, because what I read in the comments of my post already, that some people also say that it's a bit like egoistic if people have what are paid subscribers, for instance, and then they gonna, you know what I mean, just have like one paid subscription or so. But again, it really depends on how you support each other. Maybe you're doing collabs, maybe you're doing affiliates and all this stuff, and this way you are also supporting others. Somehow you have to be a bit careful about this new status symbol. What I'm offering you, if you are more interested in this, what I'm doing every Thursday on my Substack newsletter, the Online Writing Club, you can meet me for a live Q&A. This week, we're going to dig deeper into what these flower badges really mean, how to get them, and why this change matters more than you think, and how to be a bit more strategic about them. So I would recommend to check your flower, check your friends, and if you don't like it, hide the petals. But please don't ignore it, because in my opinion, this garden that is Substack, what blooms gets noticed, okay? So there's gonna be definitely more of this. We have the bestseller rankings, the rising bestseller rankings. We now have the flowers. So what do you think about this? Do you like these new flower badges? How many subscribers are you supporting right now? How will you change how you're supporting others? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your take. And if you want to join me live in our weekly Q&A sessions every Thursday for more, where we always talk about the latest trends on Substack. And of course, I'm also answering all your questions about Substack and online writing. I can only say I wish you like endless blooms, okay? So to endless blooms to your success on the platform. I hope to see you again on my channel. I found out that about like 80% of the people who are watching my videos are not yet a subscriber. So if you are not a subscriber yet, please become a subscriber to this channel. This would mean so much to me. I'm an indie publisher, I'm a mompreneur, a part-time writer, and I belong to the top 25 education newsletters. And I'm also pretty happy to support you. Maybe not with a paid subscription, but I'm gonna support you with my content, with what I'm writing and sharing about Substack. And I know many of you now are hopping or on the fence of joining Substack, or are on Substack already right now watching this. And I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy to help you. And in addition, of course, I'm also going to think about my petals, how I can arrange them, let's go like this, and how I'm going to be like strategic maybe about this, and how I can help others, similar to the recommendations. For recommendations, you can find another video on my YouTube channel, and when it comes to all the latest updates on Substack as well. Plus, every week I share an insightful interview with people that have gone before you. For instance, check out the interview I have with Karen Salmonson, which is a best-selling author who shares more about writing with the end in mind and writing your eulogy. She's amazing. So I wish you a wonderful day and talk to you soon. If you want to binge watch my channel, please do it, okay? And I wish you, again, like, all the best for your Substack success. See you in the comments.